In the accounting modules of MyTask LMS, the learner will go through a series of sample months in which they will complete financial statements, bank reconciliations, sales tax returns, quarterly and annual wage reports. So the learner will start with an introduction to bookkeeping. This is one of the few optional courses just to give them a refresher, debits, credits, journal entries, rundown or a brief overview of the balance sheet and income statement. And then they'll progress into Accounting 002, which is an overview of worker classification, accounting and payroll forms, another more thorough explanation of the income statement and balance sheet, an explanation of Form 1099s, and then what software will be required for this particular course. As they complete each course in the learner view, and if we switch to the learner view, as they complete a course, it will mark their percentage. And once that course is complete, it will open up the next series of courses for them. Once they complete the Accounting 002 overview and they pass that exam, it will open up the three channels or the three pathways for different software. So it will open up Accounting 101 for Thomson Reuters ACS, Intuit QBO, and Intuit Desktop. The sample set and the data is the same for all three pathways. The way that the information is entered into the softwares is different and specific based on that particular piece of software. If we look at the Thomson Reuters ACS, we do train the individual on how to set up a client in ACS, how to set up bank statements, report profiles, how to add new employees, how to add employee templates and report templates, how to set up a client in fixed asset, how to prepare a sales tax return, how to set up a client in fixed asset, and then how to review their financial statements before they hand them to the manager at the end of the month, how to set up certain recurring functions or transactions inside Accounting CS, and then they will actually process the first month, including the first month's sales tax return, and then they will be tested on the information that they have input. The reason that we do the assessment is we are trying to limit the time that the trainer has to spend with the new hire employee. So instead of the trainer having to review the work, the LMS system will ask a series of questions based on the sales tax returns and the financial statements that should have been prepared. If the learner answers the questions correctly, then they should have gotten the financial statements and the sales tax returns correct for that month. And as long as they score an 80 or above, it will allow them to progress to the next section, in which they would then process February and March. Once they successfully complete Accounting 101, it will open up 201, 301, and then 401 as they complete each successive module. Now, in the different modules, we do train on different items. In 101, they set up a client, they acquire assets. In 201, they'll acquire an asset on a note. They will add locations and departments, including adding those to the report profiles. They will prepare first and second quarter wage tax reports, so the 941 and the state unemployment report. They will have a disposition of asset. In 301, they will run through a very similar July, August, and September, in which they'll have asset acquisitions and dispositions. And in the final 401, they will have the fourth quarter payroll returns, the fourth quarter processing, so October, November, December. They will then process 1099s and W-2s for this client, including having to add back personal use of company cars and sub-S health insurance. So we will actually provide an Excel worksheet in which they will calculate the personal use of company car. We will train them on how to add back the 2% S Corp health insurance. So by the time a bookkeeper has finished the 4 modules, they will have done 12 months of financial statements. They will have completed 12 sales tax returns and bank recs. They will have done 4 quarterly reports, W-2s, W-3s, and 1099s. To finish out the bookkeeper's training, the bookkeeper for Accounting 701 will get a 3 to 4 hour crash course in QuickBooks Online, which will walk them through a series of videos and learning tools on what they need to know to navigate through the QBO system. This entire accounting module process for a new hire bookkeeper will take anywhere between 2 to 3 weeks, with this as their full-time job during that first 2 to 3 week period.